Hi friends, it's our first video of April. I know it's not the first Sunday of April, but hear me out. I didn't want to do this video on this past Sunday, which was the first Sunday in April, because I didn't know that, basically the 31st was Friday. So for me to film a video and edit it with all this information, have it ready for you guys by Sunday, it was too much at the time. So I figured instead what I'll do is I'll do a live stream, which I ended up doing. If you guys didn't see it, you can watch the replay over on my channel page. If you click under live, it should be there. I also have a playlist that has all my live streams in it. There's only one, but I'm hoping to have more in the future. But this Sunday, instead of a live stream, I decided, I'll give you this video, we'll do this video. It is gonna be a longer one than my normal resets because, as I said, I'm gonna do Q1 and Q2 because March was the last month of the first quarter. So we'll go through some stats and just information as far as what I managed to accomplish both in March and in Q1. And then we'll also go over what I'm hoping to do in Q2 of 2023 and then in April, just this month alone. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I am gonna warn you guys, I have my laptop here so I can see what I have written. I will be looking down a lot. If you do catch me looking down, I'm gonna try to edit a lot of it out, but if you do catch me looking down, then that's what I'm looking at. So we'll first start with our March review, and we're gonna start with the personal goals I had for March of 2023. My personal art goals, I only had 3 of them for March, are the following. Spend 30 minutes per day, 5 days a week in my sketchbook. It didn't matter if it was traditional or in my iPad, but that's what I was aiming for. I wanted to finish my traditional sketchbook, and I wanted to finish the art project I was going to do for Q1 of 2023. To be quite honest, I did not end up accomplishing any of these goals. March just was not a good month. I don't know why it wasn't. I guess mentally, I just wasn't in the best headspace for whatever reason. I'm currently going through a lot with health stuff, so it's always kind of stressful even when, maybe there's not anything going on, but I'm still kind of trying to figure out things that I already have, so, stuff like that. But it is what it is. I didn't complete any of these. Actually, most of my goals for March, I did not complete. I just want to be real and honest with you guys because I think a lot of people are really harsh on themselves when they don't complete goals, and especially like type A people like myself, or even just artists who are trying to accomplish something, whether that be better skills or starting a business. And I don't want you guys to feel that way because, I'm not gonna lie, a part of me is a little disappointed, but there's nothing I can do about it now, The thing I can do is look forward and notice, okay, right now, for whatever reason, I need to lessen the amount of stuff I'm putting on my own shoulders. So the next couple goals are educational, and they're all centered around improving myself and my skills as an artist. I want to continue my 2 new Masters Academy live courses. If you don't remember me talking about them in previous videos, I was doing 2. I was originally going to do 3, but I put it down to 2, and then I even put it down to 1. I think I amended this goal at some point during March, saying I'm only going to do the introduction to Procreate, but I was far behind on both homework and the classes, so I just kind of gave up. Honestly, I think it was the best thing for me, and I learned a lot as far as what I can handle, and to be honest, I got to know that I can't handle more than 1 class currently. I'm just not in a good headspace for that, and I can't really, do it at that pace. So you'll see what I ended up deciding for April as well as for Q2 of this year, but I learned that, and I also learned a couple skills from the few classes I did attend, so it's not like it was all for naught, Am I disappointed? A little bit. These things happen, it's how we learn. The second goal I had was to continue my sewing lessons, which again, I did not end up doing. So, you win some, you lose some. I'm, again, not gonna beat myself up about this, and if you guys have goals that you wanted to complete and you just didn't, don't be too hard on yourself. Next, I'm gonna talk about business goals. And I had a couple. I amended and accomplished the amended goal, so I'll get into that. My first business goal was to finish and launch my art website. I decided partway through designing it that it's going to take more time than that, especially to get all the pictures and what I want on it. I just decided it's going to take longer than Q1 for me to create a website. So I will be continuing that into Q2. And that was the goal I amended. So instead of finishing and launching a website, I decided to just say continue planning website. That I did end up doing. The second goal was to follow my social media plan. And as proud as I am of that plan, I realized very quickly it was not feasible for me to continue with it. It was just too much for me to do with my full-time job, especially now that it's ramping up a bit more, because the next 2 quarters actually I think are going to be pretty busy for me for work. So it's just the way it is. And then of course in the summer I have people visiting. I also end up going on vacation in the summer. So things will be different. But I think I'm just gonna have to figure it out and see what I can do. It's gonna be trial and error. I figured out my educational situation. I still haven't figured out so much my social media situation. I also said I wanted to apply to at least one affiliate marketing program. I didn't. And I think I'm gonna wait a little bit on that. I think I wanna launch the website and do some other things before I start looking into affiliate marketing, but it's on the horizon. So the next thing I'm gonna go over is March stats. If you didn't watch my my March reset video, which is the reset video before this one, the one I did at the beginning of March, and I talked about my February stats in it, I would advise watching that after this video because you will see the stark difference between that month, which I was still riding a high from a video I had published in January. It had not viral, but like it had done really well. So I was still riding that high, which was why I think I got all the stats I did for that month. Also, I was posting more on social media, so there's that as well. So just keep that in mind. And you can also kind of see just how different things can be from month to month for someone who's a small creator, and even large creators, I think, see differences. And it's just important to keep in mind. So March was not a great month for me numbers wise, and I don't mind that. I really don't, because again, I'm not in it just for the numbers, but I just think they're important to share. So for YouTube, the month of March, I put out 3 videos and 1 short. And the reason why I only had 3 videos is I did skip a weekend because my cousin was visiting and I was just not prepared. I thought I could still do a video and I wasn't able to. So that's why there was no video that Sunday. During this month, I had 2,800 views. I gained 523.7 watch hours, and I gained 13 subscribers net. So I did lose some, I did gain some. Now moving on to Instagram. Again, slower month, it's fine. I also had a reel that did really well, I think in January and February. So I was still kind of riding that high last reset as well. But this month I didn't post nearly as much. I had 5 stories that I posted on Instagram. And from my reels, I got 585 likes, 1 comment, 17 saves, and 6 shares. As for my posts, I have 10 likes. And then I gained 4 net followers. So not much, but I did actually gain more than that. It's just I also lost some. So there you go. Moving on to TikTok. I only posted 1 TikTok in the month of March. I got 1,200 views on my TikTok, 110 likes, and 2 comments. And I got an additional 18 net followers. I'm gonna reflect a little bit on March, even though I've kind of already said throughout the video so far that it wasn't a great month for me, and that's okay. Numbers wise, goals wise, I just wasn't hitting it like I was in January. That happens sometimes and we can't always expect it. It's just part of life. Yeah, I could argue I could have been more disciplined. I'm not gonna say I couldn't have done more, but it's just how I was at the time. I was working pretty hard for my job, my full-time job, and on top of it, I had some other stuff going on. Again, I'm not gonna get too upset with myself. If anything, I learned a couple things as far as between February and March, what I can and can't do at certain points in my life if I'm going through a period of time where I just need to be a bit more relaxed about things, then I might have to be. I'm not willing to work myself into the ground on top of, you know, doing everything else that I'm doing. I'm not that upset. A little disappointment, maybe, but not that upset. So next we're gonna get into the review for Q1 of 2023. This is everything I've accomplished from January 1st of 2023 to March 31st of 2023. If you didn't watch my January reset video, I go through basically my goals for Q1 and you can see them there, but I'm also gonna go over them here and talk about kind of what I accomplished. So the first goals are obviously gonna be personal. I only had 3 personal art goals and I didn't accomplish any of them. Kind of similar to March, you'll see that I didn't accomplish much of the goals I set out in January because January, I think I'm not the only one who does this because a lot of people just, when it comes to the new year, they get really ambitious and sometimes overly so. And I just think that's what happened to me. I was in a very, good place and just finished the holidays. Everything's going well. So I think that's probably one piece of it, but that's okay. My first personal art goal was to finish my traditional sketchbook, which I did not do. Start and finish an art project. I started one, but I have not finished it. And to paint a manatee. I did not paint a manatee. I don't know if I will, at least not this year. Well, not anytime soon. I won't say not this year. Moving on, we'll go to educational goals. I had 4 educational goals. I wanted to research a couple things, including artist websites, videography, and lighting. I also wanted to complete my 2 live new Masters Academy courses that I spoke about previously in March. I want to finish portrait sketching, explore the human face on Domestika, and I wanted to continue sewing lessons. So I would say I did do research on artist websites. That's how I started planning my own one. So that definitely did happen. And I also did do some sewing lessons. I just didn't do it as often as I wanted to. The other 2 I didn't do. My classes that I wanted to do, I did not complete and kind of went over why that happened. The next goals are going to be business oriented. My business art goals included purchasing a charger for my camera, purchasing a better light setup, start creating a website, and implement a Draw This in Your Style segment at the end of each of the videos. I actually did really good with my business goals. There were 4 of them and I'm pretty happy with the outcomes. I managed to do all these things. I purchased a charger for my camera, purchased better lighting. As I said, I started planning my website. I did implement a Draw This in Your Style segment at the end of my videos. It looks like they'll be staying. Some of you guys did say in the poll I posted a couple weeks back that you did enjoy them, and even though you weren't really participating in them, you were getting to see new artists, and I think it's beneficial to those artists as well to have their Draw This in Their Style kind of advertised, even though it's really not. I don't have a big audience, but it's okay. It's still getting out to you guys, and you guys at least benefit from it, and they benefit from it a little bit too. So Q1 2023 stats. Again, this is from January 1st, 2023 through March 31st, 2023. I do want to put in a small caveat about TikTok. My TikTok ones are estimated because I didn't realize you can't look back more than 2 months for TikTok. So I could only see February and March. And then I kind of estimated what January was based on where I started like in February and where I had ended December, if that makes sense. That's basically what I ended up doing. So for YouTube, in that time frame, I posted 11 videos and 8 shorts. I gained 19.4K views, 3,000 watch hours, and I gained 212 fantastic subscribers. Thank you guys for joining me. That's a crazy number, and I really appreciate having you guys here. It's really just been surreal. So thank you again. I'm probably gonna be thanking you in every reset video I do. I do appreciate all you guys that join me and all of you guys that are still sticking around. On Instagram, I posted 1 post, 84 stories, and 7 reels since January 1st. Reels, I got 2.8K likes, 12 comments, 77 saves, and 147 shares. Posts wise, I had 71 likes, 7 comments, and 2 saves. And I gained 40 net followers. We're gonna go over TikTok now, and just remember the little caveat I said. I posted 8 TikToks throughout January, February, and March. I gained 3,500 views, 827 likes, and I couldn't find an estimation for comments and shares and stuff like that, so I didn't include it. I gained, that doesn't seem right. I'm not too sure again how many followers I gained. It says 15, but I'm pretty sure that's not correct. So I'm gonna say 15 net followers, but probably not actually. I'm mostly pleased with how this first quarter went. Could it have gone better? I'm not gonna deny that, it could have. But I'm also really happy with the things I've learned along the way. As I said, this is a work in progress. So I'm still learning what works for me, what doesn't work for me, and what also works for you guys and the algorithms. So, you know, trying to find a balance between doing what's best for the business, doing what's best for you guys, and doing what's best for me, I'm still kind of doing. But I definitely think I've made good progress. I'm learning more about how to manage my time and, you know, how to handle situations where maybe I'm not in a good headspace to create a video. That being said, I'm really happy with how things have been going. If you guys have also had a good Q1, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear what you have accomplished, if anything, and if not, just tell me one good thing that happened these past 3 months that's really exciting for you. I do want to get to know you guys more as much as possible, so I'd love to read about that. While you're down there in the comments section, if you could also give this video a like, it would help not only me out, but the channel, and it gets this video in front of more eyes. If you're new here, if this is your first video, or maybe you've seen a couple of my videos, please consider subscribing and joining our community. I'm going to be adding some stuff this coming quarter and even this whole year. There's gonna be a lot of new things happening, and I think they're all gonna be exciting and wonderful. So if you wanna join our community, you're welcome to. So now I'm gonna go into Q2 2023 intentions, and then I'll scale it down even further into April 2023. But we're gonna start bigger, broader. First up are personal intentions. So I only have 3 personal art intentions or goals. The first one is to finish my traditional sketchbook. I am carrying that over from Q1. I think I can do it, so I'm not too worried about that. You guys will get your sketchbook tour, I promise. I know I keep promising it. I mean, you're gonna get it eventually. It's just gonna be, it's a matter of when. One of the things I've been really struggling with my sketchbook is finding ways to enjoy my traditional sketchbook. If you guys have any tips for that, I'd be happy to hear them. I wanna start and finish an art project. I know I didn't finish one in Q1 like I wanted to, but I think if I start now with what I already have for that project and work on it, I can probably finish it. And I want to do a small sewing project. I'm thinking a tote bag. If you guys want to see me do that or have me talk about it, or I can post process photos, let me know. If not, I completely understand. It's a personal art goal, and it's not really visual art, but it's still an art in its own way. Next is educational. If you guys didn't know or were not aware of New Masters Academy, it's an online resource for artists to basically get an education that's pretty similar to that of a college course, except you pay a subscription fee. And no, I am not sponsored, by the way. Would love to be sponsored by them because I really believe in what they're trying to do, but they're all pros over there. They do an absolutely great job teaching. They used to have a course called The Beginner's Guide to Drawing, and I started working on that, paused in the middle of it, and now I'm kind of left in limbo, but I'm still probably just gonna go back where I left off. They changed it and I think divided it into 2 separate courses. So I am still not finished with what they consider Drawing Fundamentals 1. So my goal is basically to finish that this quarter, and then next quarter I'll probably move on to Drawing Fundamentals 2. My business goals I've cut down on significantly, and I think because they're pretty lofty. So I only have 2 business goals. One of them is to start doing weekly live streams. If you were not here last Sunday, I did a live stream here on YouTube. I'm still curious if you guys would want to see me on Twitch too. I can definitely do that. Right now on YouTube, my plan is just to do art live streams strictly. Twitch might be a different story. I probably will be doing some cozy gaming on over there if you're interested. If not, then just stay here. For now, my plan is though to only have live streams on here and for them to only be art based. I have some ideas for some structured ones where like maybe we're doing like they call it like studio time. So I would probably put up some reference photos or maybe have line of action up on my screen, but you can still see my face as well as what I'm drawing, and we can have like I guess like a study session together. Or it could just be be us simply hanging out. So I think either way, they'll be fun. It's a great way for me to get to know you guys. It's a great way for you guys to get to know me. I did put a poll up on my community tab about what times during the week would be good for you guys. And if you could take it, that would be great. So far, there's only 2 votes. And they're both for Wednesday between 7 and 9 Eastern Standard Time, which works for me, but I do have other options there. And I would love to have your input. And then my next goal is to finish and launch my website. So depending on where we are goals wise, I might do something a little special for the launch. So we'll stay tuned for that. But I definitely don't see it launching till towards the end of this quarter. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I might do a video about how I'm planning it and maybe a sneak peek, stuff like that. Again, if you guys are interested, just, let me know. Now we're gonna go into April intentions. So this is just goals I have for the month of April. And the first ones are personal. So I have 4 personal goals, but they're all pretty easy, pretty small, at least I think for me, and I think they're very doable. So the first one is I want to spend at least 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week, sketching in either my digital or traditional sketchbook. I'm probably gonna lean towards traditional a bit in the beginning just because I want to start learning how to enjoy that, but I really have to sit and think. I wanna complete the planning phase for my art project. My third goal is to decide on a sewing project, which I already kind of have, which is the tote bag, and purchase some fabric. I'm probably gonna purchase secondhand fabric just because I do think moving forward, I want whatever I make sewing project wise to be eco-friendly, or at least me recycling something. And I wanna do a 10 to 15 minute time study per day, 3 days a week. So every day I am drawing at some capacity, but it's either going to be a short time sketch or it's going to be me spending 30 minutes just doodling. Educational goals. I only have 2 educational goals, and basically it's towards finishing Drawing Foundations 1. I might have said that wrong earlier. Sorry about that. But I want to complete weeks 5 and 6 for the Drawing Foundations course on New Masters Academy. And if you're interested in New Masters Academy, I did put links to stuff below. Again, not affiliate, but check it out. You might like it. Last but not least, I have my business goals for April, and there's 3 of them. I want to reevaluate my social media plan because, as I said, what I had so far is not working. I want to come up with a live stream schedule, and I do think I will have a page on my website detailing that. So then you guys can always look at the website and see when my next live stream is. But I will also be utilizing the live streaming scheduling on YouTube, so then it will send you guys a reminder. And I want to finish designing my website on Canva. So that's going to be finished this month. And then I think the month of May, I'll probably make it a goal to code it and start thinking about launch plans. But that is it for this reset video. I want to thank you guys for watching it. And I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing what's going on in my world, behind the scenes, that sort of thing. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. And I will see you guys next week, probably I think I'll be scheduling my first live stream. That'll be fun. All right. Have a great day, guys. See you next week.